Thanks for stopping by and thanks for watching. First off, a disclaimer. I am not getting compensated to do this review. This is the first time I'm actually seeing this light. I'm going to give you my initial thoughts, my initial impressions of the light. I'll go and put it on the Nano tank so you guys can see what it looks like once it's turned on. So with all of that aside, let's get into it. What I'm going to introduce to you today is the VE Victor Edward 019 LED Aqua Light, and it is from VLEADING ELUX, ELUX. This light can actually be found on Amazon, and I will put a link in the description so you two can go check it out yourself. It was shipped in from Amazon, comes wrapped in plastic. Little push button to turn it on. You have the mount in the back to put your bracket on, and it's a plastic light. The ideal tank size is 9.84 by 15.74 inches, so ideal for your nano tanks. One touch button, which I showed you. With this light, you can touch the button to change the LEDs, so they have 3 modes in total. Full on, which is a combination of white, blue, and red. Then you press it again, and it's white only, and press it the third time, it's only blue only. Long presses of the button actually dim the brightness in each mode. Now that caught me off guard because, as you saw, I opened the box right in front of you. I got it in, I put it on the desk, and today was the first chance I had to sit down with it. I was kind of surprised that it would have something like that, and it's a membrane button. It's not an actual manual button. For an inexpensive light, to have a dimming feature in it really isn't too bad. Warm tips are: this appliance was designed for use over open water. Do not use over a glass aquarium cover or acrylic top. Kind of says to me it might get hot, but how hot can an LED get that you have to worry about glass? Or the fact that because it's designed, and it's got a little piece of plastic over it to protect the lens from getting scratched. Plastic lens. Why they would say, you know, it's designed for open water, which they say that it, you know, with that it would be sealed and waterproof. I do see some gaps inside, which you can see there's a little bit of a gap, and then it gets tight again. And then here, so it looks like it would be a way, or when they put it together, how it would snap in to put the light together. As far as the data that they include with this VE019 LED Aquarium Light is, they say the packaging size. The size of the light is 10 by 6.18 by 3.39. So it's a pretty compact light. As far as the LEDs are concerned, there are 30 LEDs, 5 in each row, giving you the total. Super light, 0.77 pounds, not heavy at all. The max power is 11 watt plus or minus 5%. The luminous flux, as they refer to, is 300 LM. We'll see how bright that is in a couple minutes. Comes with a little power pack. Kind of loose, but sealed. Inside is the arm. So as you see, there's the slot. 2 little fingers on the end with hooks. push it in. Solid bracket. For some reason you want to take it off, it pulls off. They also give you an extra screw which goes into here, which actually on the tank that I'm going to put this on, it'll actually work out well because it's a rimless tank. So the screw in there, basically, as you look right there, back it off, push it down, screw it in place, and your light's in place. With the power pack itself, they don't say how long the cord is, but I guess we'll find out. Definitely looks like it's a couple feet between the power supply and the pack. So with this you have 3 operations. Press it once, all 30 LEDs come on. It's a combination of red, white, and blue. Press it a second time and only your whites are on. Press it a third time and it's just your blue or your moonlight. The feel of the light is simple. I mean, it's just plastic light. There's really nothing more. I honestly think if I accidentally dropped this, I would probably break it or crack it. Now, this actually comes apart. So, really not a whole lot to this light. You have that little circuit board. You have the plate which houses the LED on the inside. A few screws holding it in. And this is just the back side of the plastic. So really when they talk about putting this over your tank, I mean there's really not much to it. But the fact that there's no gasket around this would kind of worry me. As you see, I was able to snap it right back together. So there's not much, and I guess with that being said, if this is put together and it's sitting over your tank, I guess the circuit board, because we know the circuit board's right about here, part of that's going to be protected by this. They say before adding the new light to your tank, it's recommended that you do several water changes to try to reduce the amount of nutrients in the water. Between you and me, I'm pretty sure we know just what's in our tank and how well it is. So that's up to you if you get this light, and I'll put a link to it in the description. If you decide after I show you what it looks like and you want to get a cheaper light just for a nano tank, you know, this could very well just fit that bill. You can do your water changes if you want. I'm not really worried about the nutrients. With that being said though, however, they put that in there probably due to the fact that this is a bright light, which in a small tank that they recommend it on, that it will cause algae everywhere. But we'll see. They also say the recommended lighting time is 6 to 8 hours. Plants and fish both need a rest every day. So at least they put those tips out there that'll benefit the novice. Those are just coming into the hobby and looking to set up a small shrimp tank or a small nano tank, and they just want, you know, a light that's going to showcase their inhabitants and maybe highlight some of the plants that are in the tank. Now, they also suggest that you do not look directly at the light without protection of your eyes. Don't do it. Warranty is 1 year, 365 days. They say lifelong technical support. So, not too bad, I guess. And again, there's not a whole lot, as you saw in here, to go wrong other than the circuit board. Their after-sale service, they say professional service team, all-weather after-sales service to provide you with the fastest and healthiest after-sale service. I read it word for word. I'm not making this up. Email address of after sales service team. Send them a message through the Amazon official app or app or website. After sales email number 1, 9tech.2018@qq.com, or after sales email number 2, VLEADING ELUX Simplistic. And again, as I say in almost every video, if I can save you money or find something that's worth it and save you a few bucks, I try to bring it to you. So with that though, I definitely want to thank 9Tech for reaching out to me to do this review on this light and sending the light out as well. By holding that button down, you can adjust down the brightness. Major plus. I don't care if the light is $500 or $1 or whatever. On smaller tanks with a super bright light, you can grow algae like weeds, almost like duckweed. On a bigger tank, yeah, you can still do it, but on a tinier tank, you definitely run the risk. So it's nice that you can actually balance the brightness of the light out should you start to see that. So all in all, my initial impressions of the light: the plastic is thick where it needs to be. Screw to hold it in place is a nice touch so that it doesn't walk all over the back of your tank. Big enough for the tanks that they recommend, and I think with the arch it's going to come out on my tank to put this light right over the center. Let's go put this on and see how it looks. So right now that's on full. That's all 30 LEDs, the red, white, and blue. We'll step it down once, twice, 3, 4, and off, 5 and off. Hit it again, brings it up all white. Not too bad, and definitely solid blue. I like the dim down feature. So with the light on, you can definitely see how thin the plastic is. Definitely has some features built in. I mean, as you see, I'm just running my finger lightly across it. And my poor cichlids going nuts in there probably. So definitely a decent light. Well, you got to see it on the tank. You got to see it go through its paces. You saw how bright it was. You saw how much you could dim it down. So now we're going to come to my final thoughts on this light. As I mentioned, it is available on Amazon, and I said I'll leave a link in the description. They do give you the extra screw. But outside of that, as I tell you in all my videos, if something's great, I'm going to tell you it's great. If it's crap, I'm going to tell you it's crap. So to speak on the LED light from VLEADING, is it great? No. Is it crap? No. Is it good? I think so. I think it has potential to grow low-tech plants, in my opinion. It's 11 watts, and they say full spectrum. Now, on Amazon, the light list for $32.96. As you saw what was inside the light, me personally, and again, they asked me to review this light and they sent me this light, and again, I'm not getting compensated to tell you this light is fantastic, or this light is garbage. I'm giving you an honest review of this light. At $32.96, in my opinion, I think the light is overpriced. However, right now on Amazon, if you decide that you want to, pursue this and buy one for your Nano tank, they do have a 15% off with coupon if you have Amazon. So that'll actually bring the price down, in my opinion, to a little bit closer to what it should be priced. There's no affiliate link, there's no discount code. It's what Amazon has on there, up to 15%. If the light was selling for 15, 20 bucks, I wouldn't have a problem with it. The VE019 from VLEADING ELUX or 9Tech Aquarium Light. $32.96. I'll let you decide if that's something that you want to spend on a light. Right now, the 15% off clip and save coupon is on Amazon, and again, I'm not getting compensated for this review other than them sending me the light. But definitely, it's worth consideration, at a lower price point. It would be nice to see, that they, kind of rethink the price point and bring it down a little bit more. Then I think it would definitely be a good option, and I think it would definitely increase their sales overall, because the design of the light is nice and sleek. Excuse me. The functionality are good as well on the light. So with that, folks, I appreciate you stopping by and checking out one more video. And again, the light is courtesy of VLEADING ELUX and the folks over at 9Tech. Again, thank you for sending it. And with that, folks, stay tuned. 1,000 subscriber giveaway. The quicker I get to 1K, the quicker I can give away a heater. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep your sleeves wet. Take care of yourself and each other. Peace.